Hello and welcome back to the Underground channel. I went to Harbor Freight and I bought a 100 watt solar power kit. It's 4 panels, and I'm going to do an unboxing on part 2, but I'm going to explain why I bought this is because I'm doing videos on how to stay warm in your van in the winter time safely. So I've been using propane tanks, and the propane works pretty good. The thing is, you got to have a lot of ventilation, and if it's windy, you're kind of defeating your purpose of using propane, because you got to try to stay warm. But if you got your windows open to the proper ventilation and the wind's blowing, you're defeating your purpose. You're still cold. So I bought this 100 watt solar panel because of other reviews of the type of panels these are, was the reason why I went and bought this. And I can't really pronounce the name too good, but I'll try. This is, if I can get the light to shine right, amorphous silicone solar cells. You can read it and try to pronounce it yourself. But anyways, these are probably the best on the market for your budget, unless you get bigger kits or whatever, and then they get quite expensive. And the reason why is, when you get your regular ones and they got the squares across them, the same way that Harbor Freight used to sell these kits, they changed their whole system and went to what they call Thunderbolt Magnum solar kits. See that right there? And right now, they're on sale for, I think it was like $174 or $179, and normally $200. But for this week only, if you run to Harbor Freight, you can get these for $174. And you don't want to wait until they run out or the sale ends, unless you want to pay the $200. But these panels, why I say they're some of the best ones you can get, is it don't matter if it's cloudy or dark. Well, not pitch night, but you know, you got a real bad cloudy day and there's just no sunlight popping through at all. These still will give you a charge. And when it's in the sun, even better, fully charging. So I've already did the research. I haven't opened this up yet. And this is everything that's included in the kit. And then you can get accessories like this little thing right here. If you want to get 4 kits while they're so cheap, you can hook all 4 kits up to this and run it to your battery bank. And Harbor Freight's got some decent batteries, but I think you would need about two banks of 4 batteries each, especially to do what I want to do. I run an electric blanket inside my van, and it runs about 10 watts, 10 volts, or 10 watts. And this little defroster heater runs about 10 watts too. Let me see if and it's a 15 amp blade fuse. I don't see how many watts or anything on there yet. So, but I've already bought one of these and I tested it out in my van. Like last night, I got my regular battery in my van that starts the van, and I got 2 in the back, and it ran for 6 hours and was still running without being charged on all 3 batteries, and my van still started in the morning. Now, one of those is not enough to heat the van, you know, to keep the inside temperature warm. If it's about 40 degrees, one of these will put it up to about 60 degrees. And so I got another one, and I'm going to be hooking both of them up on part 2, and well, part 3, because part 2 is going to be me unboxing this and showing you everything and hooking it up. Then part 3 will be putting on this 750 watt power inverter, which is like $29. And at Harbor Freight, I got a battery charger, which I have another battery, and it will just be sold to run my 400 watt inverter off of one battery, so that this will keep my starter battery fully charged. You just leave it plugged in. So I'm probably going to go end up next month. I'll probably, unless I can get the money sooner, and while they're on sale, I'm going to get 2 units, or another unit. So that'll be 200 watts, and hook it up so that my batteries will charge faster, and I can run during the daytime. I could pretty well much run everything off these solar panels and with my inverters, and they'll stay charged and it won't go down. But in the event of everything, when it gets dark, then it stops charging automatically. And this has got oh, I forget what they call those, but it charges your battery, it doesn't, and then it stops when the batteries are fully charged, so they don't get overcharged. And right now, I don't have enough money to get the marine batteries, so I'm using 3 lead acid batteries. And so far, running it the way I am and charging the batteries up with my alternator or this battery charger right here, when I put it on slow trickle charge and let it charge up like all night, and I'm spending the night in my garage. I do body work and everything. But when I hook this up, I'm going to use this battery here, and it's 18 amp hours. But Harbor Freight has batteries that are 35 amp batteries, and I'm going to probably go with those and buy 4 of them next month, and then hook them up in parallel. I might just get 5. 2 on each end and 1 in the middle is where I'll put my charging battery at, so it kind of splits off and equally charges all the batteries. I hope that works. So you want to be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified. I'm going through everything there is to find the cheapest way to stay warm in the winter time. And then when it comes summer, I'll find the cheapest way to run an air conditioner in the summertime and have everything work so that I have enough of power that would last me all night, say 14 hours at least, so that I can stay warm in the winter and cool in the summer, and use these to charge during the day, and see where we get to on that. Now, you might seen my other videos of me finding different ways to heat my van, and you'll want to go and watch those videos. These are good scenarios to stay warm, but they're very dangerous also. They can kill you. Propane will kill you because you can't smell it, and you'll definitely want a carbon dioxide battery detector, which I have. I'll show you that later on. And keep your windows vented at least an inch on both sides of your driver's side and your passenger side if you're in a van. And then you're fighting the cold blowing in, getting drafts, and you're going through propane like crazy. And propane is not cheap, but you can survive if you play it safe. So part 2, I will link it up to this video at the end of this video. Part 2 will be linked up, and part 3 will be linked up in this series, so you can just watch them all the way through. So thank you for coming to the Underground channel. Part 2, I'm going to start unboxing, and part 3, hooking everything up. So have a nice day and stay safe.